Stanley Kubrick films and its many fan theories go hand in hand. They are what gives his movies their reputation. They are why we enjoy repeat viewings and the many discussions that follow. The internet helps too. As alternative, some theories are described. Do others take it too far? We've talked about the bizarre and implausible fan theories associated with The Shining. Our friends at Hammered Out did a similar video debunking this hallucinatory analysis. Matt Murray at Cornpone Flicks essentially annihilated these feats of pointless pattern recognition with his 45-minute video. But what about Kubrick's other work? There is no equivalent of Room 237 about Eyes Wide Shut, but the same people who attribute meaning to disappearing chairs or behind every meaningless number see a grand conspiracy or horrible atrocities. They have come to Kubrick's final film with more discoveries that were purposeful clues from Kubrick, only in some dream world. We could easily make a 4.5-hour video if we looked at the theory that Alice is the Red Cloak, that Millich is the Tricorn Man, the waiter at Ziegler's party shows up at the toy store, that Ziegler put slow-acting poison in the speedball, or lens flares were meant to invoke eyes. Actually, we could spend 4.5 hours just summarizing them, so I'll just stop right here. We will focus on the 4 big and overlapping conspiratorial theories. 1. That there is a 20-minute plus chunk of the film that's missing, callously excised by Warner Brothers after Kubrick's death. 2. That Warner Brothers removed this part of the film to mollify an evil cabal of powerful men whom Kubrick was exposing with the film. 3. That this evil cabal murdered Kubrick because he was exposing them. No word on why they didn't kill him in pre-production. And 4. That the missing film shows the Somerton group engaged in horrible feats, including the most unforgivable mistreatment of children, human sacrifice, and Satan worship. Fair warning, the conspiracy theories mentioned within may cause anxiety, rage, and disbelief, but that's why you're here, I hope. And kindly consider leaving a like, share, or subscribe if you enjoy this content. Is there a missing 20 minutes? Let's look at a list of everyone who says that. No, there is no missing footage, and next to them, a list of people who claim that Warner Brothers ruthlessly excised more than 10% of the film. In the no column, we have Warner Brothers themselves. Michael Herr, writer of Full Metal Jacket and author of the source novel, Eyes Wide Shut star Nicole Kidman, and Eyes Wide Shut producer and Kubrick's brother-in-law, Jan Harlan. Since Warner Brothers would presumably have a motive to lie, we'll ignore them. In the other column, the people who say that Kubrick's film was eviscerated by nefarious forces. We have the Shining camera operator, Garrett Brown, and Full Metal Jacket actor, R. Lee Ermey. Only 2 sources say that the film was not complete, but neither of them say that there is a missing 20 minutes. Brown just says that the film is unfinished, and Ermey says that Cruise and Kidman bullied Kubrick, of all people, into cutting stuff out of the film for unclear reasons. Ermey said in 2006 that Kubrick called him shortly before he died and made this claim. No one can verify this. Nick Nightingale actor Todd Field, a director and friend of Kubrick's, flat out refutes this. He shared some choice words about Ermey in a passive-aggressive manner, questioning the validity of Ermey's claims. In a Reddit Ask Me Anything, Kubrick's daughter Katharina was asked about Ermey, to which she responded, "Don't believe that for a second." We're not saying this guy isn't trustworthy, but he is an outlier. Back to the Reddit AMA that forever documents when Katharina was asked if Stanley Kubrick felt he was close to a final cut with Eyes Wide Shut. She answered it was finished, apart from the music and editing a version for the American market. This is in reference to deleted sex scenes for the American version that were in the international one. The American version was contractually stipulated to maintain an R rating.
We had a contract with Warner Brothers which stipulated that it had to be it had to be an R rating.
We can add Katharina Kubrick to the nose column as well. So, there is no good source for the story of the missing 20 minutes. In this case, incomplete footage does not equate to missing footage. Where did the story come from? It would appear that David Wilcock originated the idea in 2018. There is a video on a YouTube channel, Starseed Alliance, featuring an interview with Wilcock, repeating boilerplate claims of certain predatory rings in Hollywood preying on minor persons, adding that Kubrick was attempting to expose them with eyes wide shut, but Warner Brothers stopped him and the evil cabal murdered him. The video begins in the middle of a conversation with no context how or why Wilcock began spouting eyes wide shut conspiracies, or why he's even interested in talking about it. He's more into crop circles and cosmic prophecies. If the name sounds familiar, you may have seen him on Ancient Aliens, where he opines about hollow earth theories and UFOs. Sounds legit. In Wilcock's assessment of Eyes Wide Shut, where he doesn't even get Sandor's nationality right, confusing him as French, Wilcock doesn't address the fact how Milich's daughter is preyed upon as an immature subject, which is dealt with pretty openly. Also, the Somerton group is pretty evil as portrayed. They are either willing to kill someone or threaten them with death to keep their secrets. But Wilcock isn't satisfied. He imagines that the cult is engaging in very illegal practices and human sacrifices, and furthermore, introduces the notion that Alice is in on it. Hey, why not? It's both easy and difficult to debunk this claim since there isn't a shred of evidence to support it. So let's look at why people like this idea. It's because the otherwise distant and inscrutable Stanley Kubrick becomes someone who is part of your group. He's on your side. It's like he's your buddy. Kubrick is a genius, and now so are you. The biggest problem with this claim is the idea that Kubrick would use his films as a means to reveal some secret to the public. If Kubrick had a real need to reveal the nature of a satanic cult, or to reveal that he helped fake the moon landing, or whatever, he would call a press conference, offer his evidence, and do it right. If his revelations are hidden in his movies, and only a select few smart people can find the clues, then he's not really revealing anything. Why would Kubrick communicate to a select few in the audience? He wouldn't. But for a lot of people, it's fun to pretend that you're in this secret club. It's true that studios have butchered films so badly that they have trashed the central thesis of said film. Ridley Scott's Blade Runner and Terry Gilliam's Brazil are famous for existing in the correct state in a later director's cut, and if you watch them back to back with the theatrical release, you immediately see a sharp contrast. The studio's version of the film is essentially a broken version of the filmmaker's true masterpiece, but not every director is a genius. Not every film can exist in a platonic, perfect form, and the studio isn't always the bad guy. Coincidentally, Eyes Wide Shut came out the same year as George Lucas's Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace, a film that reflects the director's intentions without interference from any studio brass, and suddenly the studios don't look so bad. Could it be a lot of people are dissatisfied with Eyes Wide Shut? This weird film isn't the swan song from the genius Stanley Kubrick. It's a weird, perverted film that drags on for almost 3 hours. Surely, if the real version of the film was available, then we would see that, yes, Kubrick is perfect, and his studio is a perfect villain, corporate, anti-art, satanic, meddling. To see the evil Kubrick was trying to expose with his films, engage with what's on the screen, not with what you thought you saw. You have to see the whole film, not just random frames you think contain hidden clues. But Eyes Wide Shut is the film he wanted to make. You can choose to believe his friends, family, and associates who knew him best, or a guy who took time away finding Bigfoot to give us new conspiracy theories we didn't know we needed. Let me know in the comments below, what do you believe? This is Mr. G of Synergy, reminding you that evil people running the world have faces. Check out this video from our friends at Hammered Out, or watch another from our playlist. Thanks for watching.